For Flexibility Friday today, we're going to have a number of stretches that incorporate mobility for the thoracic spine. So we're still going to have some other movement, some other stretches, but we're going to work a number of the ones that we've done through the week and some new ones into our stretching today. So we are going to start on our hands and knees. Tuck the toes so they're tucked under. Spread out those fingers. Let's start with just a big breath in, inhaling through the nose. And deep exhalation. Again, big breath in. This time as you exhale, roll the back up, tuck the pelvis, push up through the shoulders, look through those legs. And then as you inhale, reverse it, tilt that tailbone up, gaze up toward the ceiling. We're going to keep that going. Now your movement could be big or small, that's up to your body. Remember, throughout this flexibility little movement today, make sure it's pain-free. If you can't breathe normally or deeply through a movement, you know you're not quite there yet. If it causes pain, pull back a little bit or skip that portion. One more, exhale, and we're going to bring it into a neutral position. From here, onto your tippy toes and into a down dog. Press those heels gently down, chest pressing toward the thighs. From here, we're going to take a big breath in, bring it up to the toes. As you exhale, one heel down. So we're going to walk the dog. Pressing back and down gently through the heel. Remember, it doesn't have to touch the floor, but we're going to press the heel toward the floor. Now next time we're going to bring both heels down. We're going to lift that right leg and flop it over. Think about opening through the hips, keeping that right armpit down, driving that left foot into the floor as that hip presses up. Then we're going to bring it through. Bring that right foot on the outside of the hand. We're going to open up, reach toward the ceiling, and then we're going to close it up. Oops, right hand touches the outside of the left shoulder. Then again, bring it up, a little pause, open through the chest. Close it up, right hand touches the outside of the shoulder. One more time, stretch it up. This time we're going to bring the forearm toward the floor. Now if the hips are too tight and you can't reach the floor with your forearm, just reach this, think about pushing it down. If you have a yoga block, you can put it there. But you want to feel the stretch through that right hip. We're going to bring it back, straight arm, bring that foot back, drop the hips, tuck the toes, open through the chest, gaze up toward the ceiling. Tuck the toes so you're on your tippy toes, push into that down dog. Pressing the hips gently down. This time we're going to lift the left leg, let it flop over. Again, left armpit pressing down gently. As that right foot drives into the ground, you're pushing up through the hips. Think about making that right leg nice and long. Then we're going to bring it forward, left foot on the outside of the left hand. And then we're going to rotate it open, close it up. Left hand touches the outside of the right shoulder. And then open and close it up. One more time. Open, stretch it up. As you bring it down, bring the left forearm to the floor. Again, you can have a towel. If it's not comfortable, you can have a yoga block, a towel, a pillow, or you could just pretend you're touching the floor, pushing it down gently. Then we're going to bring the hands down, bring it back onto your hands and knees. From here, both arms forward, stack one hand on top of the other, drop the forehead to the floor, press the mid-back or chest down, and a few deep breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. As you exhale, think about pressing that mid-back down a little bit more. Now we're going to bring it back up to our hands and knees. Drive those hips back a bit. Right hand behind the head. And we're gonna close it up again and open. Close it up and open. Let's do that 2 more times. Keeping those ribs wrapped in, nice long back. Once you're open, you're gonna add that little pause. Now from here, we're gonna bring that right arm all the way under and thread the needle. Hips are back in that child's pose. You can either reach that right arm out. Some people like to lean more on the right and then press the left arm down. So play around with that positioning till you feel a good stretch through the right shoulder. One more deep breath, deep inhalation in through the nose. As you exhale, relax those muscles. Let's uncross it. Bring it back up to your hands and knees. Drive those hips back a bit, left hand behind the head. And then we're gonna close it up and open. A little pause on the top. Opening through the chest and shoulders. Think about moving through that middle back. We're gonna do that 1 more time. Now, thread the needle. Left arm comes out, right arm extends forward. Again, find that positioning so you feel a good stretch through that left shoulder. And a nice deep breathing as we hold it here just for a little while. And then we'll bring it on up and flip it around. We're going to bring it into a seated position, feet facing forward, just about hip width apart, maybe a little wider if that's more comfortable. And then hands down, fingertips facing away from you. We're going to press up, kind of like into a wheel. Extend to reach and bring it down. Now you're only coming again in a range of movement that feels good for you. So maybe you keep the movement really small because that feels better. That's okay. If you have a lot of mobility, make it big, press those hips up. Now the whole time, those ribs are wrapped in a bit, abs are in. Make sure the head is moving with the movement. So you're looking for that hand. 1 more for each side. Again, look for that hand. 1 more. And bring it on down. Now we're going to have that front leg in a right angle, knee and hip in line. We're going to bring that back knee toward that heel. So this is a little bit different than the 90-90. A lot of ways with a lot of the stretches you could execute it, but this is how we're going to do it today. So we're going to take a big breath in and lengthen. And exhale. This time as you inhale, lengthen and rotate. We're going to bring that back hand behind to a comfortable distance, in line with that hip. That other arm is going to come tuck right under. Now that back arm is straight. You're going to think about lifting up and rotating. So we're going to glance over that shoulder. Hips are still pressing down, so don't let that hip pop up too much. Big breath in through the nose, lengthen, lengthen. As you exhale, can you rotate just a little bit more? Now from here, we're going to walk the hands and frame that knee. We're going to bring it down just a little bit, feel that stretch, bring it back up. Do that again, bring it down, a little pause. Bring it up. Now we're going to bring it down and pause, straighten out that back leg. So you're in a modified pigeon pose. From here, you could keep it straight arm, you could have it bent arm, you could even bring it to your forearms. You can lengthen through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, can you go a little lower? You can either keep your arms here, or that right arm is going to sweep in front and reach. Still keeping that left hip down slightly. Now that back leg can be bent, so if it feels more comfortable bent than straight, that is fine. Let's bring that hand back, bring it on up, and we're just going to switch sides. So again, the knee and the hip are in line, flex that foot, bring that back knee to that heel, make yourself tall. On your next inhalation, make it tall, and then rotate. Bring that left arm back to a comfortable position, palm up on that right hand. Nice long back, so don't let yourself slouch, but think about extending through the crown of your head, and then look over that shoulder. Again, with each inhalation, we're going to lengthen the back. As you exhale, see if you can rotate those shoulders a little bit more behind you. The arms stay straight, still extending through the crown of your head. Then we're going to release it, frame the hands on the knee, keep those legs where they are if you can. Bring it down. This time, we're going to straighten out that back leg. If it stays slightly bent, that's okay. It's a modified pigeon. So again, down and up. We're going to bring it down and hold. Now, if it feels better for you, you can keep those arms straight. You could bring it to your forearms. You could bring it flat. You could walk that left arm out. Keep those hips down gently. If you're leaning a little more to the left, that's okay here. You want to feel it through that left hip. And then we'll bring it back and bring it back up. For the next one, you could use a pillow, you could use a yoga block. If you don't have anything with you, it's fine. We're going to bring it to the side, bottom leg stays straight. We're going to bend that top leg. I'm going to use a yoga block for this. We're going to stack our hands, and then you're going to open. If that arm comes down, think about driving the shoulder down if you can. It could stay up if that's a comfortable range of movement for you. And then close it back up. And again, open. Now the next two we're going to do a little bit differently. Close it up. This time we're going to let the top arm swoop around into that half circle. Hold it open. And then swoop it around. Do that one more time. Bring it around, hold it open. You're either looking up or away from the legs. Shoulders pressing down gently to the mat. And we're going to relax those muscles, bring the knees to the center, tuck those legs in and hug the legs. Take a big breath in, bring your head up toward the legs so you're in a little ball. And release it. And we're switching sides. So bottom leg will be straight. Top knee on that yoga block or foam roller, whatever you have. We're going to start with the hands together and then open like a book. Think about bringing that right shoulder down. Again, it doesn't have to touch, but we're thinking about opening through the ribs, moving through that middle back, and close it up. And do that again. Open. Stretch those fingertips out. And close it. The next two, we're going to make that half circle. So we're going to circle around and open. Think about driving down gently through that right shoulder. Close it up. Do that again. Open. We're going to keep it open this time. Relax those muscles. Bring the knees to the center. Bring the knees in. Hug those legs. Take a big breath in. Bring those legs up. And release it down. From here, we're going to straighten out those legs. Relax those arms. Close those eyes. Take a big breath in through the nose. As you exhale, let those muscles just melt toward the mat. So we're going to stay here for a few minutes, nice deep breathing. Always inhaling through the nose. As you exhale, feel the tension from the muscles just release out of that body. Feel those toes and the feet relax. Feel those shoulders just melt down to the mat. Relaxing your jaw. when you're ready, let's bring that right arm overhead. Roll onto the right side. And a few breaths here. When you're ready, bring it on up into a seated position. So just a little stretch, a little relaxation through your day. I know a lot of you have been working hard the last couple months, a lot of overtime, a lot of mandatory shifts. So take a little time, stretch during the day. End your stretch with a little relaxation, even if it's only a minute. Just close those eyes and breathe deeply. Get a little stress out of that body. Let your mind and body have a little relaxation. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.